See here. Find the voltage across 5 ohm resistance in the network shown below. 20 volt, 2 ohm resistance, 10 volt, 1 ohm resistance, 5 ohm, 4 ohm, and 12 volt resistance, 12 voltage, 12 volt source. So this is the circuit given to you, and I have circled the load. I am finding voltage across 5 ohm, so 5 ohm is your load. So do the first step, remove the 5 ohm load, and you draw the equivalent circuit. Replace all the voltage source by short circuit and draw the circuit. And I want Kishore to say the answer for me. Kishore will be saying what is RN.
Sir?
Yes, you will be saying what is RN.
Yes, sir. It's
So see here, I have redrawn the circuit based on step 1. I have removed this 5 ohm. I have shorted this voltage source, this voltage source, this voltage source. And I am finding RN across this point, across the load. I am finding RN across these 2 points.
sir. I'm getting 4/7, sir.
How did you do that? How are the resistors under they are series or parallel?
Series.
Series.
Parallel, sir.
It's
You told you got 4/7. I'm asking how did you get 4/7?
sir. They are in parallel, sir.
How do you say they are in parallel? Just now you said they are in series.
I thought wrongly, sir.
How did you say whether they are in parallel? How did you I found out they are in parallel? What did I say? You assume the currents, you assume a voltage source here, and I'm saying how the current will flow. The current will be splitting into 4 ohms, and this current will be splitting into 2 ohms and 1 ohm. So same current is splitting into 3. So which is going to be the resistances are going to be in parallel.
Parallel. Yes, sir.
Parallel means 4 parallel to 2 parallel to 1. So at a time you cannot do everything. So first I am doing 2 parallel to 1. 2 parallel to 1 is 2/3. 2/3 parallel to 4 is going to be
4.
4/7. R Norton is going to be 4/7 ohms. See, please understand the problem and don't download the book and say the correct answer always. I don't want the correct answer. I want your answer what you're getting now on your notebook. There's no use saying the correct answer during the questions which I ask and doing the wrong thing in your exam. I don't want that from anyone. I want the answer. Why you have to work it out now and say me the answer. The Rn is 4/7. I have redrawn the circuit. See, 2, 1, 4 will be in parallel. So now it should be clear. All are in parallel. So 2 parallel to 1 parallel to 4 is going to be 4/7 ohms. Now step 1 is over. Find step 2. Now you do step 2. Step 2 is you have to add back all the sources and you have to short circuit the load and draw the circuit first. First, you short circuit. See, this was open to find out Rn. Now you short circuit that and you insert all the load, all the voltage source into your diagram. This will be your diagram and mark the current IN. This is very, very important. Mark the current IN. Okay. How will we find IN now?
So KVL 3 loops are there.
I want the simplest method. KVL, yes, you can do 3 loops are there. You can do 3 equations. It will be a lengthy method, right?
KCL.
Even
KCL, sir.
simpler.
Node analysis,
KCL.
sir.
Okay, even simpler than that.
Source transformation.
Source
Source
Yes.
transformation.
I'm See, when you have a short circuit, you should think that, see, this is a short circuit, right? When you have a short circuit in your question, you should think that the circuit is going to become even more simple. Because short circuit means entire current is going to flow only through this path, right? So how much ever voltage source you have on either side, the entire current is going to flow only through the short circuit path. Because short circuit has zero resistance, the entire current will flow through short circuit, right? The easiest way is to go for, and you also see here voltage source series with resistance, voltage source series with resistance, voltage source series with resistance. So you have the pakka combination here. So easiest method will be to find out current. I want everything as current source. So I'm going to transform all these three branches into current sources to make my problem simple. Yes, I again say you can do it using KVL, KCL, any method you can do, but simplest method would be to transforming the voltage source into current source. If you don't have a pakka arrangement like voltage or series with resistance, that transformation is not possible. But since you see in all the three branches, you have voltage or series with current, series with resistance in all the three branches, I can transform all these voltage source into current source. So I'm going to do that only. See here, the first voltage source 20 series with 2 ohms will be 10 ohm parallel 10 amperes parallel to 2 ohms. And you know I is equal to V by R. 20 by 2 will become 10 amperes, and this 2 ohm will come in parallel. And take this one. 1 ohm series with 10 volt, it will be 10 amperes flowing downwards parallel to 1 ohm. And the third combination, 4 ohm, 12 volt. So V by R. So 12 by 4 is going to be 3 amperes flowing upward parallel to 4 ohms. So I have converted all the voltage source into current source. Now I am going to replace all of them in my circuit. See here, I have replaced everything. This is the first voltage source. This is the second voltage source. And this is the third voltage source.
Sir,
Yes,
can
I
you
again.
explain this again, sir?
See, step one, we have found out R, and step two, what you have to do means you have to take your circuit, you have to connect back the voltage sources, what you have short circuited, or current sources, what you open circuited. You have to include them in your circuit, and whatever load you have removed, you have to short circuit that, and that current going to the short circuit is going to be IN. So you have to mark that correctly first in step two. Okay. So once you have done with this thing in step two, your goal is to find IN. IN is current flowing through this path. As your friend said, you have three loops. You can very well apply KVL and you can solve and find the value of IN. But what I suggest is, since it's a complete short circuit path, so definitely if you can transform the circuit into a single voltage or current source, computing IN will be simple. So for that, what I'm doing, and you are going to find current. So if you have current source, it will be very, very easy for you. So what I'm doing, I'm going to convert all these three voltage source into a current source. That's what I'm doing. Is that clear to you?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
They again say whatever method I am following, you need not follow because your understanding will be different. You can follow your own method. I assure you that the final answer will be always same. And I can simplify all these current source, right? See here, and the first source
Yes,
is
sir.
10 amperes upward, 10 ampere downward. So these two will get cancelled, correct? The effective current is zero.
Yes, sir.
And effectively only 3 amperes will be there. And resistance, you see, all are in parallel. 2 ohms, parallel to 1 ohm, parallel to 4 ohms. So you get effectively current is 3 amperes and resistance is 4 by 7 ohms. Now you see here I'm replacing everything. This portion is, I'm not touching this portion at all because this is what I'm going to find. So this portion I'm not touching except this portion. I'm going to simplify all the other values. Okay. So you see 3 amperes flowing upward because these two will get cancelled and the resistance is 4 by 7 ohms and I am having a short circuit. This is my final circuit. See how the three loops have been simplified into a single loop. That is the power of source transformation. If you do source transformation properly, entire circuit will become a single loop. And I told you anything parallel to short circuit is what?
Short
Short
circuit.
circuit.
So this 4 by 7 ohms will not have any impact at all. So the circuit will become simplified to 3 amperes short circuit. Now what is the current at IN equal to?
3 ampere.
This 3 amperes is going to flow here. So the current will be equal to 3 amperes. So I Norton equal to 3 amperes. Now draw your Norton's equivalent circuit, 3 amperes current source, and R Norton in the very first step we got 4 by 7. So parallel to 4 by 7. And now you add your load 5 ohms. And they have asked to find the voltage across 5 ohms. So I will find the current through 5 ohms because using current division techniques. The total current is 3 amperes. Opposite resistance is 4 by 7 divided by opposite plus that resistance. So I get the current as 0.3076. Voltage, you know, V is equal to IR. I get the voltage as 1.54 volts. Answers are there. I want you to ask any doubts if you have. Again, say finding out IN, finding out this current is purely your choice. I have used source transformation. I find that source transformation will make my job simple, so I have used source transformation. You can do it using model analysis. Any method you use, it is going to be correct. And also one confusion you'll have. I told you anything parallel to short is short circuit, right? So you have 3 voltage source parallel to short. So you cannot say you cannot short there. You don't have a choice which one to short. Whether I will be shorting this one, or I'll be shorting this one, or I'll be shorting this one. You will have a confusion there. So for that only, what I'm doing, I'm converting all the voltage source into current source. So if I have current source means I can easily see the direction and say which current is effectively flowing into my network. So you see 10 amperes flowing upwards, 10 amperes flowing downwards, so it will get cancelled. So effectively only 3 amperes is flowing upwards in my circuit. And the resistance all are in parallel, 2 parallel to 1 parallel to 4. So that gives me 4 by 7 and 3 amperes. So now you, without disturbing this IN path, draw the circuit. 3 amperes parallel to 4 by 7, parallel to short circuit. And when you have a short circuit path, current will obviously flow to that path because you will have 0 resistance. So whatever is between the current source and short circuit, those paths will become ineffective, or they will not have any role to play in the current computation. So this circuit virtually becomes equal to this one, 3 ampere source parallel to IN. So now from the diagram, I can easily see this 3 amperes circulating in the loop. So 3 amps equal to IN, so IN equal to 3 amperes. So draw the Norton's equivalent circuit and add the load. And question C, they have asked find the voltage across 5 ohms. So I cannot find directly voltage, so I am finding out current first using current division technique, and then I am finding voltage. V is equal to IR. So current is 0.3076 amperes into 5. It's going to be 1.54 voltage. Any doubts you have in Norton's theorem? Only difference between Thevenin's and Norton's theorem is in Thevenin's theorem, we'll be finding the open circuit voltage. In Norton's theorem, I'm going to find out the short circuit current. See, the opposite of open circuit is short circuit, and the dual for voltage is current. So there, note VTH. VTH is done by open circuiting the load. Here I'm finding ISC, I short circuit, by shorting the load. That is the difference you have to understand clearly in Norton's theorem.